Hey guys, this is Aegis, and it is Christmas Day, and I've opened up a present of a replay for you guys. This is going to be Gamania's Sen versus LiquidJinro. I haven't actually seen too many games from LiquidJinro recently, but I found this replay on Team Liquid's pro website in one of their replay packs, so I decided to pick it up and cast it. What better game to find than a Terran versus Zerg on my favorite map, Shakura's Plateau. Um, and the Jinro is going to be not building a supply depot yet. Where's the supply depot? There it is coming up for Jinro. And Sen is getting up his drone count. We'll probably see him do some sort of a fast expansion. Looks like he's going to go for the gas cancel. I remember someone telling me that it's been proven that it's bad, but I guess Sen might know even better. There's the supply depot finishing up for Jinro. Should be seeing a barracks come up real soon as well. And on this map, there's several different ways that it can play out. Terran does usually like to take a pretty fast expansion, and the Zerg player either double expand or try to bust it down. It looks like Sen is sending out his drone to do the expanding action over here. Just scooting to the side to see if there's anything going on before throwing down the hatch. Very nice play there. Sometimes barracks and bunkers can be hidden in that corner. But Jinro looks like he's saved up to 400 minerals and will be going for a command center first. And it's going to be up to Sen to decide what he's going to be doing afterwards to be able to prevent the expansion or to out macro his opponent, as the Terran player is going to be sort of behind in terms of in terms of food for a while. The Zerg player can actually go ahead and expand, be able to get up that economy, and the Terran player won't have those essential Marine Marauder upgrades that will allow him to attack. And Jinro not even getting the gas, as we can see, he's just throwing down the 2 barracks at the front to be able to wall this off. His command center is about halfway complete. Sen is about to finish his expansion as well. He's mining the gas, so he's going to be able to get up a couple of those speedlings early in the game. We'll see if he decides to drone up hard after this by pulling everything off of gas, getting the mineral boost. Overlord does scoot all the way through Jinro's base. He sees that there's no orbital command, so he knows that the command center came up first. No need to scout the front to be able to know that. Bunch of Marines are going to get queued up here in just a moment. The SCVs are beginning mining at the natural expansion. Jinro are going to micro them to stay here. And there's the orbital command popping up both in the main and at the natural expansion. Sen is getting up his queens, and he's also getting scouted. He's continuing to mine gas even after starting Zergling speed, so this sort of tells me that he may be going for some sort of bust up at the front. His queens are finishing up. He's still making a couple of drones here or there. And Jinro is seeing the quivering of the spawning pool, should know that something is up. Seeing that Sen is continuing to mine the gas. Couple of additional Marines getting queued up, finally grabbing one of the gas inside of the main for LiquidJinro. And there's also a spine crawler coming up for Sen. Sen still making a couple of drones. Speed is about to finish. The Zerglings poke up to the front to see exactly what's going on. Still no Baneling's Nest, and Sen is mined all the way up to 100, almost 200 gas, and still getting more drones. Maybe he forgot to pull guys off of gas. That's uncharacteristic of Sen. More Marines popping out for LiquidJinro, and he's also throwing up the final bits of this wall. He's also going to be moving out with a couple of those Marines. We'll see what he throws down next. There's another barracks on the way. Going to be throwing up a tech lab up top of his ramp as well. And there's a Baneling's Nest on the way. 10 Zerglings in the production queue. So Sen is about to go try to bust this wall down, throwing Banelings at this wall. I think each Baneling does about 50 damage to buildings, so it takes like 10 Banelings to bust down a barracks. I'm not exactly sure. And even if that was correct there, 50 damage, I think I just did the calculation way wrong. And there's these Zerglings pouring across the field for Sen. I need a Baneling so I can check how much damage it can do. More Zerglings coming out, so no more drones for the moment for Sen. He's continuing to mine that gas, getting up a large amount to be able to get those Banelings out on the field, and there they are being created. That's 12 Banelings as well as 18 more Zerglings to follow up. Is Jinro ready? He's got no bunkers, so if this falls, he will have a lot of trouble dealing with those Zerglings, and it looks like the Baneling is now complete. They do... I thought there was a special building attack. Okay, there we go. 80 damage to structures, so about 12 Banelings to bust down a barracks. And there's a lift on one of the barracks, and there it lands once again. And all the Banelings sacrificing themselves to these two barracks. The Zerglings now running inside, getting very nice surface area, but there looks like there are just too many Marines out on the field. The Zerglings unable to do too much damage. The two barracks do land, and the SCVs begin the repairing action. Only 4 workers killed by Sen, and he's now trying to drone up really hard. 12 drones on the way. He's behind in terms of drones as of this moment, and Jinro with those mules will be able to make up for the loss of 4 SCVs very quickly. A lair is also on the way for Sen. He's going to be able to get up some additional tech, possibly go for Mutalisks afterwards, but that's going to be a lot of trouble to get up to, especially since he just spent so much gas on those Banelings trying to bust it down and was basically unable to do any damage at all. And there's Jinro now getting up his reactor on the factory. He will be able to swap that over for the starport, and Jinro even having a 3rd command center complete. This puts Sen very far behind, but there's still ways that he can win this. He can try to do some Mutalisk harassment, or perhaps go for some infestors. We do see a macro hatch coming up for Sen. Jinro with his mass Marines out in the field, now getting the stim pack up. It did delay the stim push quite a bit, so Sen is going to be safe for a short while. He's got Zerglings working on the back rocks over here as well, just in case of any annoying drop that decides to land in the corner. More Zerglings popping out for Sen. He's keeping them in between his 2 bases in case of drops, and the 2 medevacs are now on the way for Jinro. Floating out his 3rd command center will be able to secure that relatively quickly. Sen now floating in a Overseer. Looks like that will fall. A single Changeling does get dropped, but it quickly gets killed off. The gas all getting taken by Jinro. He's got his medevacs out, so he's going to feel safe to move out onto the field. And now Sen continuing to drone, still not grabbing a 3rd expansion, and that is very far delayed in comparison to Jinro's 3rd base. There it is landing. Usually Sen would want to have this 3rd base about 2 minutes ago, but instead he is not even has it complete as of this moment. Looks like the 3rd base gets mining immediately. Also a bunker coming up back at home. More medevacs coming up, as well as siege tech and siege tanks now on the way. Jinro's going to play this nice and slowly, trying to make as few mistakes as possible. He knows that his opponent has already gotten quite a ways behind just because of that huge attack up at the front early on. And the Marines trapping a ton of Zerglings here. Looks like a bunch of Zerglings will get killed off. The Marines do stim up, and the medevacs will be able to heal them back up. It looks like a couple of SCVs may fall. No, it looks like Jinro's even preparing with those missile turrets right now. And the Spire is only about halfway complete. Sen's Mutalisks are going to run into a brick wall made of missile turrets and missiles. That's not something fun to run into. And Sen is now finishing up his 3rd base. He'll want to grab those 2 gases to be able to get a nice sustained Mutalisk production to even possibly try to overwhelm a couple of these turrets. Looks like Jinro is going to begin loading up to do some dropping action. His bunker at home continuing to hold the line. The Zerglings continuing to try to take control of these Xel'Naga watchtowers. The bunker is about to finish. Jinro needs to make sure that he doesn't get too out of position. Looks like the 2 medevacs about to drop, but the Queen and the Zerglings all in position, able to stop that drop from occurring. Sen spreading the Croup Tumors along the top edge of his base, going to be able to prevent Terran from dropping without him having sight of it. Looks like Jinro is going to be trying to move to the